This season of Love is Blind is nothing but love triangles, chaos, and individuals that are not ready to get married. Hi, I'm Tana. Welcome to my channel, the place where we talk reality TV, news, and gossip. So let's dive in. Today I'm just giving a different vibe. I'm in a different location in my apartment, just a little bit closer to my computer so I can look at my notes because I'm doing the whole basically 11 episodes. I wanted to do some recaps of some episodes previously, but sometimes you know how it can be busy. So let's get into this Love is Blind madness. I think we all know by now throughout the seasons, this is season 4, that there is usually one couple out of the bunch that really makes it or really pushes through. And I think we all know who that one couple is for this season. But let's just get into this a little bit more. For me, what really stuck out this season, my little pet lizard, I'm just joking, it's not a lizard, it's a gecko, I think. What really stood out for me this season was the fact that, like, to me, they weren't really there for marriage, especially the women. This season around, the women were really disappointed. They weren't really there for marriage to me. They were more there for the glam, the show, the highlights, in the spotlight, 5 minutes of fame maybe. Maybe it was more the vibe that I was getting from Irina and Mika in the pod dating experiment part of it, because that was a whole mess. It seems like anybody who came back disappointed or hurt, like they were happy about it, they were elated, they felt good about it. And to me, like, it just seemed very wrong. Right off the bat, Bliss was right about Mika when she was telling Zach about him. Like, do you have a good judge of character? And obviously he didn't, because he still ended up picking her anyways. She went and gaslight him basically about their three-way and basically made Bliss look like the bad person when in fact it was her. So basically Irina was projecting her own self-doubt and unworthiness to Zach about Bliss, making Bliss look like the bad person when in fact she was the one who was the bad person. Because first of all, you forgot the guy's birthday. Bliss was the one who remembered her birthday. She made the cupcakes and stuff like that. And then, like, you basically went behind her back and wished him happy birthday, saying stuff like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about your birthday. And Bliss was the one who remembered Zach's birthday. And Irina was basically giving Zach an ultimatum about the situation that was going on. And she was putting pressure on him. And I think that is more why he chose her in the first place and not Bliss, because she was pressuring him to choosing him. She was gaslighting him. She was making him feel horrible in that situation. And I don't want to say it like that, but I think it's kind of good that it ended up happening like that in the long run and not having to go through the whole experiment, meeting the family, living together, walking up to the altar, walking up to the altar and then still telling Zach no. I think, like, maybe it's the way that the producers give it to us, but I think the way it panned out between Zach and Irina was the best solution to happen, because that was just like a whole mess. She basically like made the guy feel bad about liking somebody else when you didn't even like him in the first place. You ended up liking Paul, you ended up liking Paul when you actually saw what Paul looked like and you saw what Zach looked like, and you weren't attracted to him and you were attracted to Paul, and you went behind your best friend's back and flirted with him. Like, to me, like, that was just a whole mess, like a whole halikasi. Like, what the hell was that? We all know the producers like to give us some drama, but Mika, for being friends with Irina in the experiment, ended up looking like the bad person, because at first she was going along with what Irina was doing, making, like, laughing at the girls and giggling and making the girls feel bad and stuff like that. Like, the whole Irina vibe, like, I am so happy she did not like Zach and they actually ended it. But I feel horrible for Bliss, that the fact that she has to experience this and feel like the second person, the second choice To me, as a woman in that light, like, I don't know how Bliss would be able to let that go. The fact that you ended up choosing Irina and then figuring out that it wasn't your choice, even though I told you, do you have a good choice of character? And you still ended up picking somebody else. And then you come back to me like, I get the vibe like she's not that into it as she should be. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the experiment. I think that these later seasons of Love is Blind just really poor. I don't know if it's the compatibility. I don't know if it's the compatibility. I don't know if it's the individuals, but I'm like, you're just not getting the same vibe that you were getting compared to like the first seasons, like Lauren and Cameron, like, and they're still together up to this day. Like, I am not getting this vibe from none of these couples that are coming out and they get married, or these couples that are together. Like, to me, it just seems like it's all for the show. Really and truly, like, I only get a few people who are really genuine and want to be in this. Brett is one of them. Brett is definitely one of these people who want to get married. And at first, I wasn't really feeling it, but I think Mika is one of them as well. I'm not sure if she will say yes to Paul, but I think that if she really likes somebody, she will say yes. These love triangles, these love triangles, let's talk about a little bit of them. Kwame, Chelsea, Mika. Kwame, Chelsea, Mika. Kwame, okay. My opinion on the whole Kwame and Chelsea thing is that Kwame is not really into Chelsea. Chelsea is more into Kwame. Kwame, Kwame, the only thing that I can really read from the situation, that what we're being seen, is that Chelsea is very into her family's opinion on who she gets married to. Will her family accept them? Will her friends accept them? Will they like them? And so on. And Kwame is fighting with that with his mother, that he is not accepting the situation. I think that Chelsea's been a little hypocritical in this context, in the fact that she wants approval from her family and the fact that Kwame is not getting it from his mother, and she's kind of like unsatisfied with the fact that if his mother is not okay with it, then he's not okay with getting married. I kind of think that's a double standard here. And I also think that Kwame will not marry Chelsea because he's not that into Chelsea. Kwame is more into Mika. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, but Kwame is more into Mika based on the fact that the conversations they've had outside of the pods, now that they finally met each other, and maybe after, when we get to see what we see, who gets married, who doesn't get married, and love after the altar, we'll see if they kind of hook up. But I don't think Kwame is going to say yes. We've already seen that Chelsea says yes. So, like, I don't, as much as he says like Chelsea's his everything, he loves her from the bottom of his heart and stuff like that, like, I really don't see it. I don't see it. Zach, Irina, Bliss, I touched on that. Paul, Mika, Irina. It's like Irina is like a hot topic this season. Irina is in a three-way with Zach and Bliss, and then she's also in a three-way with Mika and Paul. Like, girl, bye. I think Jackie just went with Marshall based on the fact that, like, he kind of really pushed on her. He was really pressured. He was really pressuring her, because even when he went back into the, what they call it, the hangout with the guys, like, he was like, it's like he was ready to fight Josh for Jackie. When she basically told Marshall to man up, I think in the back of her head she was already thinking that Joshua is the man who can do that for her, who can man up, who can step up, who can. And the thing about it is, I don't think like it's necessarily a bad boy that girls want. I think it's more the essence of a bad boy. I think it's more the aura, the feeling of being around a bad boy. Because no woman really wants a man who's out gang banging, boop, 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 sending shots on block, on streets, and drive-bys. And really and truly, I don't think any woman really wants that. So I think the bad boy is more of an essence, a vibe, a feeling. Jackie is a little bit confused because she wants somebody who will take care of her and look after her, and that is what Marshall does. However, it's like she's letting her situation with her family take over her mind, and that is not going to help her in any relationship. And she feels like she can get something from Josh, maybe him to man up, or maybe she'll get that bad boy vibe aura from Josh. Right now we're down to 4 couples. Jackie has already walked away. Kwame, Chelsea. Kwame is going to say no. That's going to be a no marriage. Paul, Mika, they might say, both of them. Paul is gonna say yes. Mika, I'm not too sure of. Brett, Tiffany, I think these two are definitely going to be married. And Zach and Bliss, I am not sure about these two. So really and truly, I think there's only going to be one couple, one strong couple out of this season, and that's Brett and Tiffany. Tiffany will get cold feet. Tiffany has a little bit of cold feet. She's very worrisome about the situation. But I think she's going to say yes. Zach and Bliss, I am not sure. Zach is going to say yes. I am not sure what Bliss is going to say, simply because of her feeling that she's second best. So this is the 4th season of Love is Blind. And this season, we've seen 2 couples end it and start with somebody else in the experiment after the pods. This is the first time that I've seen this happen. I'm like, what's going to come out of this? Is this breaking the rules? Because this is the 4th season of Love is Blind, and we've seen 2 couples who have gotten together in the pods, come out of the pods, split, and chosen somebody else to get with. Zach got with Bliss. He proposed to her. Jackie walked away when she was feeling too much pressure. She basically ended it with Marshall and started talking to Josh. So at this point, the show is called Love is Blind. The show is called Love is Blind. And really and truly, at this point, 4 seasons in, this proves that definitely love is not blind. From season 1 up until now, we only have 4 couples that are still together. So really and truly, that's almost like one per season. The couples that are still together are from season 1 and from season 3. No couples from season 2 are together. Only limited few are in this show for love, and it really shows who are there genuinely and who are there really looking for a partner or looking for a husband or wife. So let's see how the decision goes. I'm very curious to know what their decisions are, even though I predicted. So let's see what these couples' decisions are on wedding day. Bye, I'm Tano. Thanks for checking my channel. Do subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.